Graham here, living the dream in 2022 here in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm not sure you can hear me behind the construction noise. It is Monday morning and the beginning of the work week. With more of my team coming into town today, I'm not quite sure how much more I'm going to be able to show you of Nashville here in Tennessee. I hope you enjoyed what I showed you in the last video, which was filmed yesterday, of course being Sunday. As you can see, it's a lot more cloudy today. It's not as warm. It's talking about going up to 18-19 degrees Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in American, but it's certainly not as warm today as it was yesterday. However, that's not going to deter Fiona and I trying to enjoy a little bit more of Nashville, Tennessee in between my work commitments. So let's see what we get up to. Where are we having dinner?
Pockets. That's spelled with a P.
Pocket. Pocket.
Pockets.
Basically, guys, it's here.
Or bouquets.
Bouquets. Anyway, that's with the team.
Or meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Oh, meatloaf. Yay, meatloaf. Tonight is the CMAs. And it's down there, and what is that centre down there? Is that the Country Music Hall of Thingy or something? I don't know.
Yep, there is Country Hall.
It's Country Music Hall of Fame or something? I don't know.
But what's the stage for then?
It's just for people to see it, because it's all on TV. So that's it'll be something to do with it. That's not where it's happening. It's just, no, because it's in a venue. I think it's in the... I know, guys, what you're asking. What was that all about? Well, that was Fiona and I making arrangements for the team dinner tonight. I think when I filmed this little bit of our walk around Nashville, it was early afternoon. We had met as a team this morning, and I was planning a team dinner tonight, and we really wanted to try puckets. Yes, guys, that's puckets with a P for Papa. Just in case you think I'm getting very rude and unpolitically correct on this channel, absolutely not. Puckets came very highly recommended, and Fiona and I tried to book a table there on Saturday night, but with over an hour and a half's wait, we decided to give it a pass. But with our intervention this afternoon, we were all set to go to Puckets this evening. Anyway, with another one of my colleagues due into Nashville this afternoon, we decided to take a little bit of time out this afternoon, and Fiona and I decided to go for a walk. But as you can see, the weather wasn't that great. It had been raining, it was a little bit grey and overcast, but it wasn't very cold. And have a look at these landmarks that are very much part of Nashville, including the Bridgestone Arena, which you can see just off to our right. And for point of reference, Fiona and I are currently walking down John Lewis Way South, with the Walk of Fame Park just off to our left. And in fact, we'll be coming back to that in a few minutes. And the building you can see straight ahead is known as Music City Centre, and next to that is the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. And these icons that we're seeing during this walk are the reason that Fiona and I really want to come back to Nashville, and I certainly wouldn't be planning any work commitments on the next trip. And here we are back in Walk of Fame Park. It's a bit like Chinese Theatre Hollywood meets Nashville Country City, USA. But you know, it's all part of the Nashville experience and therefore worth a visit. And right now we're heading towards the John C. Gentler Bridge, or what is also known as the Shelby Street Pedestrian Bridge. It's another one of those Nashville icons, but it should provide great views of downtown Nashville, so that's where we're heading now. And the stadium that you're seeing is known as the Nissan Stadium. I guess in the US they would call it the Nissan Stadium. And from the information that I've gleaned online, it is a football stadium, or being a Brit, it's not really football. It's an American football stadium, and I don't really know what NFL has really got to do with football at all. But hey, that's me. What do I know? As Fiona and I make our way back across the bridge in the direction of downtown Nashville, I'm going to share with you some photographs that I took from the bridge itself. I really do wish we'd done this walk yesterday, because the Nashville skyline would have looked so much better with wall-to-wall blue sky in the background. And as we left the bridge heading in the direction of downtown Nashville, our plan now was to head back to the pub that we spent a lot of yesterday in, meet up with Jeff and wait for our next colleague Tom, who would soon be arriving in from Knoxville.
Grandma and Grandpa's done passed on. See, they kinda left me all alone. Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let a memory touch me. Hey, Whiskey River, don't run dry. My, you're all I got to take care of me. Whiskey River, take my mind. Don't let a memory touch me.
And later on Monday afternoon, we moved on to another pub, this time on Broadway, where Fiona and I were reduced to drinking Cokes.
This is a Woodford Reserve bourbon.
It's Monday, I'll do it for
It's a very delicious bourbon.
And Tom,
What do you guys want?
Coca-Cola.
What do you guys want? Let's start.
Getting sloshed in Coca-Cola. Yeah.
Pacing
I don't know.
yourself.
I'm pacing myself.
And I've decided I'm going to sleep good.
So as if by magic, Rachel appeared, so the team were finally together in Nashville, Tennessee.
Have you looked at our website on
No.
It's the sensible life for me.
Anyway, we had a great afternoon in that particular pub on Broadway in Nashville before we moved on to Puckett's for dinner later that evening. You gotta tell us a fun fact, Jeff?
Fun fact, Tennessee is a state in the United States of America. And you see the capital is
And the capital of Tennessee is?
It's so gross out there.
Murfreesboro.
Is it?
No idea.
No, I have no idea.
What's the capital of Tennessee?
What's the capital of Tennessee?
I think you're in it. You're in it. Yeah.
Nashville?
You're in it?
I thought it was Murfreesboro.
No, I think it's Nashville. It is.
Fun fact, Tom?
Tennessee doesn't have dentists. No dentists in Tennessee.
Hi, I'm Jeff.
This is Jai. I'm Kira.
And if you were wondering, we get absolutely soaked on our walk from the pub to Puckett's for dinner. But the food, guys, was absolutely fantastic. You've gotta love Southern barbecue. And Rachel and Tom finished their evening at an ice cream bar, while Fiona, Jeff and I headed back to Printer's Alley and that fantastic blues bar that we enjoyed yesterday. And that's where our Monday would come to a close. Good morning from a very, very wet, thunderstormy Nashville, Tennessee here in the USA. Today is Fiona's my last day here in Nashville. We're actually about to get in the car and head across to Knoxville in the east of Tennessee over towards the North Carolina border. It's back in the Eastern time zone, so join Fiona and I as we head to Knoxville and we leave Nashville for the last time. Enjoy. So that's it, guys. Fiona and I were packed and ready to leave our fantastic Airbnb here in Nashville. And if you want to see a full tour of Mint Studio 105 here in Nashville, go back to the last video, which of course is 191. And that takes us to the 2-hour car journey between Nashville and Tom's home in rural eastern Tennessee. There's really going to be nothing exciting to show you on our journey eastbound along Interstate 40. It was an absolute pig of a day. It rained non-stop and we saw plenty of accidents. And as we entered the eastern Tennessee town of Kingston, I jumped into the front passenger seat for the last 8 miles to Tom's house. You may remember Tom from video number 116 when I visited Northern California back in October and November 2019, so before the pandemic. Anyway, Tom, his wife Stour and one of their daughters Rachel moved to Eastern Tennessee back in the spring of 2021. So Fiona and I were really looking forward to the last 4 days of our two-state adventure here in Eastern Tennessee. And I promise, guys, it's going to get a lot more sunny as this adventure continues. And I'm sorry, guys, but I've got really no more content to show you from Tuesday, except Fiona taking over in Tom and Star's kitchen before we headed out for more Tennessee barbecue, and then Fiona going shopping for the essentials in Walmart. Yes, guys, only in Tennessee. And just in case you're wondering, Fiona promised Rachel a curry on this trip to Eastern Tennessee, and as a result, the curry preparation started on Tuesday night ahead of lunchtime on Wednesday, which was going to be a full work day for Tom and I, or was it? You'll just have to wait and see. Good morning from rural Eastern Tennessee, where the temperature is to get up today to 26 degrees centigrade. That is 82 degrees Fahrenheit. It may not look like it now, but we're going to go for a walk around the lake later on this afternoon. As I said, most of this trip to Eastern Tennessee is about pure work, but obviously in the afternoon we're going to try and get out and do something a bit unique, something that we can show you here in the channel. So come and join Fiona, Star and I as we go for a walk around one of the fingers of the river Tennessee, or should I say, with Tom and Star's little wiener dog Joby on my knee in the front passenger seat of the car. We were off to the Kingston City Park, where we planned to walk to Fort Southwest Point along the shores of Watt Bar, which is one of the fingers of the Tennessee River. We're now climbing the hill to Fort Southwest Point, which used to be a federal frontier outpost now known as Kingston, Tennessee. Fort Southwest Point is situated on a hill overlooking the confluence of the Tennessee and the Clinch River, next to Watts Bar Lake, which in reality is one of the many fingers of the Tennessee River itself. Fort Southwest Point is also part of Southwest Point Park, and today it serves as a historical and recreational area. But of course the history of this fort is much more interesting, because it was established during the American Revolution of 1779, when Colonel Arthur Campbell suggested this fort on the confluence of the Clinch and Tennessee rivers as a possible site to govern Virginia. And I know what you're thinking, guys, those Campbells get absolutely everywhere. But the thing that Fiona and I noticed the most as we walked around this old fort was how clean it was, how little graffiti and absolutely no vandalism had taken place. As you can see, there were no fences to keep people out. Fiona, Star, little Joby and I were completely free to wander this historical site, and this is a testament to the United States. Because if this completely open site existed in the United Kingdom, vandals would have taken over and trashed it to bits. As our two-step, two-state adventure continues here in Tennessee, you're going to hear me raving about this fantastic state. It was super clean and the people were incredibly friendly. There was so much to see and do that Fiona and I can simply not recommend Tennessee enough as a destination to go and experience the American South. So as we continue to explore Fort Southwest Point here in Kingston, it will soon be time to bring this episode to a close. However, we've still so much more content to bring you here on the channel from our two-step, two-states adventure. So you know what to do if you want to continue to follow Fiona and I as we head to the Dolly Stampede, Anarchista, and of course downtown Knoxville. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell icon to be notified when we publish our next video. Right, we're going to continue to explore Fort Southwest Point before heading back to the car. I will share with you some photographs that I took from Wednesday of week 2 of our two-step, two-state adventure.